Thanks everybody for joining today's B2B demo day. This is Pankaj Gupta from EthAum's Partners. We would like to start the event with a brief intro from Madhu. And here we go.
Hello everyone, I'm delighted to extend a warm greeting to all the investors, innovation leaders and startups who are joining us today for EthAum's Partners B2B demo day. Just to introduce myself, I'm Madhu Khandelwal, Managing Partner at EthAum. We are a deep tech revenue scaler based in Singapore with a portfolio of over 100 B2B and global startups. Today, 11 deep tech startups who were accepted into the zero-based revenue scaler July 2023 cohort will be presented. We conduct this program with the sole purpose of securing enterprise pilots, and our sales partners, resellers, system integrators have consistently supported us in this endeavor. During the program, along with a bunch of other activities, startups also went through live stream roast sessions where their dream customers roasted them and offered fabulous guidance on the GTM as well as pilot opportunities. What could be better than conducting product demos with your dream customers or industry celebrities and receiving growth insights from them? You can check these sessions on EthAum's YouTube channel. Also, I'm excited to share that we are accepting applications for our next cohort, which is starting from January 2024. Interested startups can get in touch. Today, the startups that are being showcased come from a variety of countries and industries, including BFSI, robotics, sustainability, marine, pharma, and real estate. You will watch the pre-recorded video pitches for 4 minutes and we will take 1 or 2 questions up. If there are more questions, then please put them in the chat section and the respective founders will reply soon. We also have very amazing jury that is varied and has a lot of experience in the investment space. The jury will rate startups according to a number of criteria and provide feedback at the end of the event. I hope you have fun at the event and fall in love with our founders' passion and innovative solutions. Now I will ask Pankaj to move the event along. Once again, thanks a lot for joining the event and supporting us today.
Thank you, Madhu, for this energetic start. Now it's time for our esteemed jury to introduce themselves. And I see Catherine on the screen. Jury members, please provide a brief 30 seconds introduction of yourself and your organization. Catherine, may I start with you, please?
Certainly. Nice to meet everybody. I'm Catherine Hill-Ritchie. I'm based in Maryland. I work for TEDCO, which is the venture capital fund for the state of Maryland, but I'm also an advisor to funds and companies and family offices through my firm, Private Capital Investments. Glad to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
Thank you, Catherine. Spencer?
Hey, thanks for having me. Glad to be here. So I work for VU Venture Partners. We're a multi-stage generalist fund, offices in Hong Kong and San Francisco. We're pretty much sector and vertical agnostic. We just look for founders going after big markets in innovative ways.
Thank you. Spandan?
Yeah, hi. I usually go by Dan, and I'm representing BTF Ventures. So we are a B2B SaaS-focused VC fund, and our unique value proposition is that we add revenues even before we invest. And if we can, we would then invest and keep on building the company with you by sending more revenues so that you can unicorn with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Natasha?
Hi, everyone. I'm Natasha. So I work for Plug and Play Tech Center. We're a global investor. We look at early stage companies across all the different verticals.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Natasha. Do we have Olga on the call?
I think you want me to go through?
Olga.
Yes. Hi. Hello. I'm Olga, general partner at Improve Ventures. We invest in pre-seed and seed in emerging markets. And we also help founders grow through mergers and acquisitions.
Thank you, Olga. Ravi, please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. My name is Joseph Ravindran. I'm located in the Bay Area, California. I'm doing some consulting work. I just recently started a part-time as a consultant for an ENCO program fellow for the New Energy Nexus. These on the lithium batteries. Working with Tesla and Warren Buffett's company and some of those companies, I'm doing some work for them. Previously, I was in the semiconductor industry, working for Applied Materials, Intel, and also Cisco Systems. Thank you.
Fantastic.
And I'm really looking forward to this one.
Fantastic. Ronnie, please.
Hey guys, I'm Ronnie Lavi. I'm an operating partner at 97212 Ventures. We are an early stage fund investing in the pre-seed, seed stage, mostly focused on B2B SaaS, but also digital health and digital transformation. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm based in New York.
Thank you, Ronnie. Tor?
Hi, Tor Rivers here. I'm with Pershing Ventures. We provide growth capital to revenue-generating startups, mainly in the form of revenue-based finance. So our approach is a little different. Currently sitting in the US, our target geographies are US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, and we are relatively sector agnostic.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Tor. Thanks to the jury for being part of the event. I'm sure we will have some really interesting questions from our jury today. Jurors, please don't forget to score startups after their pitch. We will also seek your final take at the end of all the pitches. Please use the jury suffix with your name so that the audience can identify you easily. Before diving into the pitches, I would love to share some housekeeping rules. Please keep yourself muted throughout the event. Unmute yourself when it is required. Please use the chat section for Q&A only. Don't spam it. If you are a service provider and want to share your services about your work, then we will give you 10 minutes in the end to promote yourself. Raise your hand or use an emoji if you want to ask questions. Now it's time to start. Our first presentation is from Boatmate. It's a USA Turkey-based startup which is digitized in the marine industry. And here we go in a moment.
I'm a co-founder of Boatmate. 90% of boaters are frustrated by the inability to make online purchases to interact digitally with marine businesses, because marine businesses have a big digital presence and they keep offering low-tech customer experience. To solve the problem, we developed Boatmate. Our digital platform helps marine businesses in their digital transformation, so they can start selling and interacting online with a better customer experience. Consider marine businesses, which are marinas, technical services, cleaning services, or marine stores. From their perspective, Boatmate is a digitization hub that they can use our turnkey e-commerce solutions and start selling online with a better experience. On the other hand, from a boater's perspective, Boatmate is the ultimate platform and a one-stop solution for working with reliable marine businesses. Let's take a look at the market. Official reports indicate that the industry has more than $400 billion economic impact. And by considering an average spending of boater is $1,000, 130 million boaters all around the world create $130 billion serviceable addressable market for us. It's a giant blue ocean market in terms of competition. Our main competitor is Boatyard, which was acquired by MarineMax. Even if we have similarities, we both have completely different models. We help marine businesses directly sell to boaters, where they make them supplier and provide the service under its brand. To accelerate the growth in the global market and create a snowball effect, we developed SaaS-based Boatmate Business Hub solution. This solution is a kind of letting key players in the market, such as marinas, boat dealers, or insurance firms, to create their branded Boatmate. For instance, a marina. They can leverage the solution, invite their trusted partners to its business hub, and provide anything their customer need on a single platform. This approach transforms the key players and make them yachting experience firm, unlock new revenue stream for them, and also boost our global expansion by helping us acquire boaters and businesses. Till now, we have received registration of more than 250 marine businesses and 1.4 thousand boaters for test period. We have made a strong strategic partnership with important brands, and we have accomplished our public beta test in the Eastern Europe. We have raised $200,000 US to date and made a funding agreement for 450K with a European Innovation Fund. Our business model is hybrid. It is based on earning subscriptions and commissions from marine businesses. We achieved to surpass $100 million turnover in 3 years. Currently, we are raising $1 million to expanding in the US and Europe. 70% has been secured and there left only 350K to close the round. With this investment, we target onboarding 6,000 marine businesses, 200,000 boaters, and reach $25 million revenue in 2 years. We are 2 experienced co-founders with 15 plus years of experience for each. Asim is leading the technical part and I'm leading the business part. Thanks for listening. We strongly believe that Boatmate will be leading digital transformation of the industry, and it needs to be backed by visionary and passionate investors that are eager to disrupt the industry. If you feel that you are the one and want to make the history, invest us. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. So that is Murat from Boatmate. Do we have questions for Murat?
Hello, everyone.
Please go ahead. Talk.
Oh, thank you. So the maritime industry in general is definitely in need of digitization. We see that in one of our portfolio companies, which is digitizing, call it shipping brokers. This business is obviously different in a few ways, and it seems you need to gain 2 types of users, which is going to be businesses and the owners. And I see that the $1 million that's being raised is to address that in the US. I suppose I'd want to understand a little better how you target and acquire the 2 different types. And then, how do you go about monetizing those relationships when acquired?
Yeah, thank you very much. Very good question. So as you know, the marketplace has a chicken and egg problem. We need to acquire boaters and also businesses. To solve that problem and to grow exponentially, we developed a business hub solution. Business hub solution enable marinas or boat dealers, insurance firm kind of companies who has a large customer base to let's say create a kind of a special group on Boatmate platform to provide a holistic boating experience for their needs. With this strategy, imagine when we sell to marina, then we can acquire in average 20 suppliers and 500 boaters just with selling to marina. So this creates a big network effect. And also, we try to position ourselves not as a marketplace, but as a solution provider. So for instance, during the test period, marine businesses used us not only to gain new customer, but also to provide a better customer experience to their own customers base. They share the link and say that place your next order through the online system.
Thank you. Can we take next question from Catherine, please?
Okay, so quickly, I just wanted to say, being located in Maryland, we're surrounded by water, and we've actually made 2 investments in this space. So I would check out Marina Life and DocShare. Happy to talk to you about it, but this is a very fragmented industry, so I think there's going to be a lot of M&A roll-ups in this. But so you're in an interesting area, but check out those 2 companies because there could be some overlap, and but it's a very interesting area. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine.
Yeah, hi. Just a quick
Olga.
question.
Go ahead, Olga.
Just a quick question. What's your competitor differentiation to Sea Radar in Europe?
Sea Radar is basically a charter company. So charter is something that we haven't involved in yet, but imagine in next, let's say in 2 years, we can collaborate with the online charter businesses and embed it to our platform. So Boatmate is much more an umbrella platform. We have different types of services, and in time, renting a boat can be one category, but we can do it with a collaboration. So we don't see charter companies as a competitor for us. but we see that they are more like a future partner.
Thank you.
Huh.
Dan,
Thank you.
quickly, please.
Yeah. My quick question is, since you are going to be focusing more on the platform play, right? And there's also going to be a logistics component involved. So who is going to be handling the transit of the boat during the sell? And second is, who is paying for the insurance during this exchange?
Selling a boat is a different business. We are more like on the service side, and even on the service part, or selling a product, we don't involve in the operation. I mean, we let marine businesses to leverage the platform to sell, and they handle the whole operation and everything. We're just a technology solution provider for them.
Thank you,
Murat. And if there are more questions, please use the chat section in Zoom so that we can cover all the pitches on time. You will be seeing poll on your screen after each and every pitch. Please don't forget to answer that poll. Next is Modular CX, a UK-based startup empowering e-commerce players to create, manage, and publish 3D online shops. Thank you.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Modular CX. We are a customer experience company that is transforming retail with 3D technology. Our mission is to democratize immersive 3D shopping experiences to all businesses. And here is a great example for one of our clients that have successfully adopted our solution. Today's e-commerce landscape faces significant challenges. Implementing 3D technology is often expensive, it's complex, and it scales poorly, making it inaccessible for most of the 24 million businesses striving to adopt it. Enter Morpho, our next-gen 3D e-commerce platform. Morpho allows brands to offer captivating 3D visuals and interactive product experiences, with innovative features like real-time product customization and virtual try-ons, which enhances customer engagement and builds product confidence. And what makes us unique is Morpho, which is designed for scalability and simplicity. Our solution democratizes 3D technology with customizable templates and intuitive tools for non-3D natives, offering them an all-in-one 3D e-commerce solution that is 40% more affordable and 3 times more efficient and scalable for SMEs. We are currently focused on the luxury and specialty retail sector, valued at $75 billion, with a target market capitalization of $120 million within the next 3 years. There is a clear and unique market opportunity for self-service solutions tailored for brands and professionals lacking 3D experiences. We stand out by offering a user-friendly and cost-effective 3D alternative, filling a significant gap in the market. In just the last 10 months, we've achieved remarkable milestones. Our pipeline has expanded by 200 deals worth $4 million. We formed over 5 global partnerships with industry leaders like Bearsdab and DHL Express, and we've proudly acquired 17 satisfied clients. Our 3-year market strategy relies on aggressive expansion. We're targeting 300 clients by the end of this period, focusing on luxury and specialty retail. Our approach includes strategic partnerships and targeted digital campaigns to ensure a robust market presence. Our team's strength lies in our unity and shared vision. Having worked together for the last 3.5 years, we've built a culture of innovation and dedication. This synergy has been a crucial factor in our development and success. Our financial projections reflect our ambitious yet achievable targets. By 2026, we expect a 3-fold increase in our client base, with a net profit margin of 0.74 million and an EBITDA of 3.4 million. We invite you to invest in this growth journey seeking a £2 million investment to accelerate our marketing strategy and achieve our ambitious targets. With a proven product market fit and a solid plan, we're set for impressive growth.
Okay, we have Bilal on the call to answer your questions. Any questions?
Hello, everyone.
May I ask a question
Yeah,
about,
please go ahead.
so I'm a luxury retailer, Tiffany, or, you name it. So basically, who do you approach at a company like that to buy your software? What's the sales process like?
So it's definitely the marketing department and the e-commerce department, more specifically. Because our solution's immediate impact is, of course, on engagement and discovery and building the online confidence.
And how long does it take to, actually take their one-dimensional photos, and how long does it take for your product to be, how long will it take for me to see it online in 3D?
So it's as easy as you uploading in a video to YouTube and publishing it.
And what is your pricing structure?
So we have a multi-tier package for each and every solution category, because you have those that want a 3D website. Some of them, they want to offer like online customization, etc. But mainly the lower tier is a custom standard quick solution. The middle tier offers a full-on custom front-end solution. So the whole 3D experience and UI elements are custom developed. And the enterprise tier is for large companies that require a vertical solution. So it includes simulation, a much deeper integration with their systems, and perhaps like with their manufacturing as well.
Thank you.
Can I ask one question?
Please go ahead.
Yeah. I'm just curious to see. I know this is the service industry. I'm sure there is a lot of competition for this business, right? I'm just curious to know, what is your differentiator? What does your product differentiate from your competition?
So what makes us different is that we can offer very, very immersive and high quality solutions in a very fast and affordable way. And our platform is designed, think of it like Shopify or Canva mixed together. It's designed to be used by professionals without any 3D experience. Whereas most of our competitors, they are targeting digital artists and people with a lot of 3D experience. So we are more standardized, template driven, and it's a different audience set.
Thanks a lot, Bilal. Please take more questions in the Zoom chat. We have next presentation from Singular Technology from Hong Kong. They are offering a mixed reality software application to help surgeons to visualize patients' anatomy during operation. Here we go.
Hi, this is Louis. I'm the founder and CEO of Singular Technology. Singular is a software development company specialized in mixed reality in medical applications. And we are trying to solve the problem for surgical guidance, because it takes a lot of cognitive loading for the surgeons to remember all the complex anatomy of the patient. And we also want to reduce the risk related to surgery, and we want to help them to perform in a more efficient manner. At the same time, we also need better tools to provide better training experience for the students. So why right now is a good time to promote mixed reality technology is because the availability of 5G network and AI technology, and also better headset hardware. And our hospital authority also emphasized to undergo different smart hospital initiative We want to digitize what is happening inside the hospital, inside the operation room, so that we can collect more data for different analysis and for better training purposes. So my product involves three solutions. First is we want to use mixed reality to guide surgical intervention. Imagine we produce a digital twins of the patient, and the doctor can overlay the 3D model on top of the patient during the surgery when they are away from their desktop computer. And the overlay images can provide visual guidance for doctors to perform skin marking, bone cutting, and even implant installations. And second, we can share or stream out the video of the doctor's first-person view, and they can interact immersively with people from another locations. And lastly is our AI-powered medical image conversion platform. So before we used to take a few days to model the 3D model. Now we can use AI to do 3D reconstruction, high realism rendering to produce a case file to be installed and visualized in different headsets. So why we can do it better than other team? Because we came from game development background. So we care about image quality. We handle a lot of 3D models, and we can reduce latency in a very high level. So we have patented our first AI workflow to turn medical images into 3D model and render. Apple will also launch their first MR headset, and we are now working closely to translate our product to their platform, so that we believe the new headset will elevate our product and also help us to extend to other markets. So again, myself, I've been working in medical 3D printing for over 10 years, and we realized the limitation of 3D printing because it takes time for printing and cost. And so we want to use mixed reality to provide more high-speed production for the doctor to handle emergency cases. And that's all I want to share today, and thank you.
We have Luis on the call to answer your questions. Yeah, Dan, please go ahead.
Hi, so I used to be with Accenture's VC arm, and we used to get a lot of these speeches where they're trying to do the exact same thing. So can you speak a little bit more about the gamification dynamics that you're talking about? Because otherwise there are too many competitors out there.
Actually, I just finished my trip from Singapore. It was our very first holomedicine conference. So we meet people who are in the same space, and after a close comparison of the others, I think most of the team focus on the scalability and how they deploy in scale in the hospital. And they basically convert a desktop software and show it in the headset. And I think they miss the power of the truly immersive experience in the headset. And I think my team, we actually took the effort to bring in the best 3D model experience to the headset. For example, we actually segment the different body tissue into true 3D models instead of showing a group of pixel or voxels in a group which is inseparable in different tissue groups. So we went really far to automate that process. That used to take days for modeler to separate those complex tissue. And so I believe we are ahead in this area. And I think we still have a lot of development work to do. For example, we are also working with 3D sensor to trace the position of different surgical instruments, so that you will have a full interaction between the digital twins of the patient and also the instrument in real time, then you can make the surgeon perform in a very precise manner. And that's our very short future goal. Yeah.
We'll have to move on to the next question. Olga, please go ahead.
Luis, thank you. Two questions. One, what's your latency rate right now? Second, what's your legal roadmap, licensing, and any kind of regulatory environment you have and foresee to have?
Sorry, can you repeat the first question? What was the first question? Sorry.
What's your latency rate range right now?
Latency. Okay. So I think we cheat a little bit. As a new company, we want to avoid the cloud computing when we are actually deploying in a smaller scale. So we use some game technology we actually do it offline. And we avoided to use cloud computing by releasing the whole file size into something that can be managed by a small device like the HoloLens. So we basically segment the model and bake in the texture so that, we don't have to rely on remote rendering and avoid being connected to the cloud. So
but what's your current rate right now? Millisecond.
So basically just 10 milliseconds. That's as low as you can get because we avoid online.
Okay, no, I understood. Similar structures used in hedge funds, by the way, in high frequency trading. So I understand. And on your regulatory environment?
Legal environment, yes. So actually, even though this is a software, this is a medical device, but we are not the first. So it's quite easy to get a 510K pre-market notice. So we aim to get a FDA version and also a China version, which is a class 2 medical device, and they are actually not that hard to get. I think the real trophy will be how we can package this as a class 3, which is equivalent to a surgical robot. And it depends how much resource we can get at this point. And I think that's our aim.
Thank you, Louis. I know this question is pretty loaded. We'll have to take that in the chat section. So if you please don't mind, answer more in the chat section. Again, you will see a poll on your screen after each and every presentation. Please don't forget to respond to that. Next is Booked, which is offering private modular work booths. And here we go.
This is Ben. He's CEO of a fast-growing tech company in Hong Kong. Last year, he moved his team from a co-working space into his own office. But Ben had problems: lack of meeting space, fitting everyone into the office with all the growth, and managing people working from home. He wanted to renovate to create meeting rooms, but was put off by the cost and the fact his lease was coming up for renewal. Ben's dilemma reflects common pain points in commercial real estate. First, office decisions can be a nightmare. Companies are forced to anchor their growth assumptions in office leases that extend over multiple years. Getting it wrong means either too much space or not enough. Second, the rise in work from home is affecting how companies manage their teams and office space. And with traditional renovations costing over $200 per square feet, the need to get it right with sustainable and effective workplaces is more important than ever. But what if I told you that you could renovate your office at $70 per square foot? What if this could be done in weeks rather than months? And what if you had access to key data to help manage office utilization? I'm David, co-founder and CEO of Booked. Our Workplace to Go solution provides the hardware and software that enables enterprises to easily set up and manage fully automated workplaces in their existing offices and buildings. Here's how it works. Start with a warm shell, any space. Pick the modular furniture you need. Automate the space with our access control, booking technology, and occupancy sensors. Then manage the space with our mission control platform. And that's it. Our business model: one-off charges for hardware and monthly fees for software. Today, our average order value is $18,000 with margins of 42%. We launched our first Workplace to Go product, our Smart Booths, in May 2021. Today, we have clients across property, education, finance, and healthcare. Clients such as Tandem Properties, who is creating an automated co-working amenity in an apartment block in Toronto, or Hong Kong's PolyU, who is using Workplace to Go to tech-enable their entire office. They use Booked because our solution either increases revenues or asset values through amenities and monetization, or reduces costs through automation, rapid deployment, and lower renovation expenses. This is a $1.4 trillion opportunity. We expect 10 million in revenues this year, scaling to 20 million in the next 24 months. Here's how. First, we could be tripling our inbound lead funnel by investing more in events and growth campaigns. Second, we can extend existing channel partnerships with systems integrators and office furniture providers internationally. Then there's this. We're ensuring our solution can work with any office furniture system, existing meeting room or workplace in a building or office. I'm David. I've grown startups in Asia and Europe. My co-founders, Charles, deep operations background from private equity. And Ken, he developed the contactless card system that's being used in the Beijing subway system. Between us, we have 3 exits and 6 patents. Now, earlier, I talked about Ben. He installed Workplace to Go booths in his office, and that's the picture on the bottom right. Our analytics showed that they were being used 6 hours a day, so he bought 2 more. He just moved into a new office and moved our systems there too. So let's connect the dots. Future-proof workplace, cost-effective and time-saving solution, sustainable solution with 0 construction waste, and data analytics to implement machine learning algorithms for clients to maximize their office assets. We're seeking 3.5 million in funding to expand our operations in North America and accelerate our product development. Flexibility in real estate doesn't have to cost the earth. So be part of our story, and together we can make work better. Thank you.
Fantastic. Do we have questions for David?
So I want to make sure I understand. So you have like a raw, empty space. And so your technology, does it measure out, like, how does it do that? You know, there's a company that we've invested in that basically with an app, you know, helped you measure out the size of the room and then, you know, visualize putting furniture like, you know, there's, what is that big furniture company here in the US where, you know, you can do that and then see how your furniture fits. So I'm trying to understand how yours is different and how exactly a user uses it.
Thanks for the question, Catherine. No, that it's actually fundamentally different what we do. So we don't do measuring of space or try to do simulations of what the space would look like. We actually, you can give us a raw space, so any sort of warm shell, and basically give us the requirements accordingly, and then we will basically put in the tech and the desks and the modular furniture and what have you that basically make it a fully functional workspace. So we're actually, don't look at us as the design function, although that's part of, I guess that's part of what we do. We provide the actual tech and the furniture and whatever basically you need to make a space live for you to be able to work in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Any other question for David? Okay, next is Tape, a Singapore-based startup providing AI-powered asset management solution for the family offices and high net worth individuals. And here we go.
Hi everyone, I'm Yong, and together with Darren, we are excited to present PropTech, an AI company incorporated 2019, released at 2023. I will walk you through the investment opportunity, starting with the serviceable market, then the product, and the traction we have gained and how we plan to monetize our traction. Let's dive into the potential market first, okay? From the total of $297 trillion total market size, including mass market, pension fund, insurance companies, sovereign, and private market, and all this above mentioned is very human-driven. Only 2% is managed by technology, and it takes 15 years for this 2% to happen. And research showed that in the next 10 years, the digital transformation in this sector is set to jump from 2% to 30%. And the motivation of this is coming from the urge to automate the process of investment decision making. This is how we come into the picture. We use the AI Fund Manager as a plugin to tap into this market. And this is our high-level AI architecture chart. The key message is 80% of our effort are spending in global data. And through the stage of go-to-market, we saw the great interest in our AI with API approach. And also, we already have an AI fund powered by our technology running in Singapore. And this is the most important slide, which is our key material that we present to our client. We will walk through the AI behavior step by step with clients, and through this practice, our client can understand better in the technology how the AI make decision, how the AI manage the portfolio, how the AI perform. And our unique selling point are personalized, which means personalized according client needs and global market available. And the most important is the data-driven decision approach. And we also provide the AI report according to client prefer, such as watch list, custom mandate as part of the product demo to clients. That's how we introduce our product to our client.
Our unique selling point and approach has been well received, as evidenced by our traction since February this year, 2023, during our market debut. We secured our significant first client, a renowned local family office, and saw increased interest after joining the EthAum's cohort and attending the Singapore FinTech Festival. Our revenue model is straightforward. More asset under management means more revenue, scaling as the percentage of API fees we receive. To date, we have raised $1.7 million and are now seeking an additional $5 million through SAFE financing. This funding will primarily be used to expand our global presence and market outreach, i.e. business development, adhering to our simple yet effective strategy of working with more partners, leading to more sales. For more info on our investment terms and to join our journey, please reach out at office@pentac.com. I'm Darren, co-founder of Pentac, and I look forward to welcoming you onto our list of esteemed shareholders. Thank you.
Okay, let's take the questions. Yes, Olga, please go ahead.
Just one to both or either founders who are here now. Could you maybe tell us a bit about your previous experiences, what you know about fintech and asset management and regulation in the area, and what generally your experience is about? Thanks. It wasn't in the deck at all, so.
Sure.
I will answer this. So myself is invest mainly in the US market since age of 25 until now it's around 13 years. That's the first number. And then after that, I was actually a founding team of the crypto exchange licensed by Malaysia Security Commissions. We go through the process from digital asset non-regulated until regulated. So that is where the compliance understanding founded form, which is 5 years ago. And then to your question about my understanding in the asset management, that we actually work quite closely. Actually, one of our clients in pipeline is financial institutions with a bank background. So through myself is invest in the US market and go through the license process, and then together working in financial institutions. I quite familiar with the field that you mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you, Olga. Thank you, Yong. Dan, did you have a question?
Yeah, so I saw that most of the people that you have onboarded are basically in the Asian region, and I think you're going to be having some plans to come to the US, but what are the timelines looking like for that?
At this moment, we actually target outside of US market first, and then US market will be the last one that we will come in. Reason is because US has a very matured financial system and a lot of product offered there. But outside of US is considered a blue sea market, which actually is the part that we think that is the best place we can gain the market fast.
Got it.
Thank you. So if there are more questions, please use chat section. Next is Soaring Robotics, which is a US-based startup leveraging robotics, computer vision, and AI to automate cannabis production. And here we go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Vital Partansky, and I'm the founder and CEO of Sorting Robotics. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about what Sorting Robotics is doing currently in the automation space and where we're going to. First off, I'd like to address the problem that we're currently tackling, and that is the lack of automation in the cannabis industry. As the cannabis industry moves from cottage to commercial production, there needs to be automation to scale this industry. We pivoted into the cannabis industry back in 2020, and we've become a market leader ever since. In the cannabis market, we've developed several solutions that allow our customers to fully automate the manufacturing of pre-rolls and joints. From the production to infusion and final packaging of the fastest growing market segment in the industry, we are an end-to-end solution for our customers. We build all of these products into a unified system that ties together with an IoT telemetry backend that then pipes into an in-house cloud analytics software we call Laka. The cannabis industry was our initial foray into making a unified solution for our customers. Next year, we look to apply this unified solution approach into other industries as well. Our business model is simple. We either sell the technology outright as a capital expense, or we do a robotics as a service model with a smaller but recurring revenue cycle. All of our products, we're getting at least 80% gross margin, and that allows us to grow rapidly. Our trailing 12 months of revenue is about $6 million. The year before that, it was about $3.5 million. And next year, it should be $15 million as we grow into our newest product line and apply our technology into another vertical industry. So what's our go-to-market strategy for the company? Well, first, we started in commerce back in 2018. Then we spun that company out and scaled into the cannabis industry. We've been in the cannabis industry since 2020, and it's allowed us to build a sustainable infrastructure in hardware, software, customer service, and sales side of the business. Looking forward, we're planning to scale into other verticals as well. Life sciences is first on the list, and possibly hospitality in the future. In the cannabis industry, we're uniquely positioned as a leader. We build the devices that other companies can't. Then, eventually, they try to create their own competing systems by copying us. Our secret sauce is that we have a well-defined product development cycle where we can go from nothing to product in a customer's hand in under 6 months. And we know this is our secret sauce because we've done it 5 times in the past 6 years, and no one has been able to catch up. We know our customers deeply and understand the problems that they have on a visceral level, so we are always 24 months ahead of the rest of the curve. Our success has been documented, well documented in Forbes, Rolling Stones, various cannabis-specific publications, exclaiming that we are the market leader when it comes to developing robots in this industry. Currently, the company is 12 people, with my co-founder and I starting things a little over 5 years ago. Now we have a management team and operational team that's robust, seasoned in various businesses and engineering disciplines. Our team serves as a great foundation for building future products in this industry and others in advance. We're currently raising $10 million, 2 of which was raised in October via a venture debt facility. The next will be raised via our Regulation D and crowdfunding campaign that launched this week. Thank you very much. And let me know if you have any questions.
We have Nohatal on the call to answer questions. Yep, Spencer, please go ahead.
Sure. I guess I'm curious if there's a reason why the technology from the tobacco industry can't be used in the cannabis industry.
Yeah, so it's a material handling problem. So be very simple. Tobacco is long and leafy and extremely dry, and then cannabis is granular, falls apart, and extremely sticky. Those two kind of very basic attributes make it so that they don't transfer.
Okay, interesting. Thank you.
Okay, any other question? Okay, I think we should be moving on to the next presentation, which is Digital Keys. And they provide 5G IoT locks for the physical security leaders. And here we go.
Hi everyone, my name's Steve Dunn and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Digital Keys. So the problem with the physical security industry is that industrial field electronic access control doesn't really exist. We're still using the same metal keys and mechanical locks that we've been using for the last 200 years. And this causes huge amount of losses in so many industries. For example, it costs cargo theft $30 billion per year. So the reason why electronic access control doesn't exist out there in the field is because of a lot of on-site equipment is required, a lot of on-site network infrastructure is required, and a lot of on-site power is required. And the existing solutions have also been hacked. So the problems with the existing technologies, you can see a big long list here. Traditionally, the RFID key card electronic access control systems were wired together and required all of this on-site equipment, and Wi-Fi, Bluetooth solutions require extensive mesh network. So our company, Digital Keys, has built a complete end-to-end solution. We have a SIM card inside our locking hardware, which removes the need for any on-site equipment. And we connect to the internet over NB-OT and LTM networks, which exist on cellular networks. We've built a IoT platform at AWS, and we have cloud software and Digital Keys apps. And our locks can go into sleep mode, giving us very long battery life of well over 2 years at around 4 to 5 activations a day. And we're able to take advantage of mobile network security and encryption. And this also allows us to have alarms, padlock locking hardware. So you can see the SIM card at the bottom here, and we have an antenna there on the right. And then we have a large lithium final battery in the back there to give us the long battery life. So in our end-to-end solution, we have Digital Keys apps, we have smart access management software, cloud-based, and we also have APIs that enable third parties to connect their existing software and their existing apps. So the market opportunity is huge. The global access control market is growing at a rapid pace, and this forms part of the physical security and overall IoT market. So we're only one of a handful of companies currently building 5G OT connected access control systems. Most of our competitors are delivering Wi-Fi and Bluetooth solutions or the old metal key locks. Our business model is a SaaS one. We're looking to charge $3 to $5 per smart lock per month. We have great margins also on the hardware, and we're looking to introduce more IoT products onto our platform in the future. So we've already delivered a door hardware to the market, and we've sold over 1,200 locking systems, and we've currently got a number of large prepaid customers, and we're about to start some proof of concepts with these customers. Market segments that we're targeting, which include critical infrastructure companies and mining sites, because this is the first time ever that connected access control is available for these types of industries to use on meter boxes, street cabinets, gates, and places like this. So we have a founding team that can deliver this product to market. In addition to myself, I come from a background as an asset manager in local government. We've got Max, a full stack developer who's worked at AWS, and Richard, who has a PhD in accounting, is our CFO. And we have a strong engineering team, including full stack developers and electronic engineers. We're asking for a $500,000 seed investment. So we invite you to unlock the future with us.
Okay, that was Steve from Digital Keys. Unfortunately, he could not join the call today, and we'll have to move on to the next presentation, which is Conformancex. It is a UK-based startup which is making drug launch process more efficient and streamlined. And here we go.
Hi, Thank you for giving us the opportunity to present Brand LaunchX. We are a team of distinguished global brand launch experts and consultants hailing from the life science industry, armed with extensive experience in product launches. The genesis of our venture lies in a curious observation. While new drug launches are pivotal for the life science companies, a staggering 90% of them end in failure, a challenge often swept under the rug. In response, Conformance was founded in August 2021 to create a launch platform to empower launch leaders. Our research unveiled a scarcity of accessible launch-related data scattered across various sources, leading to a lack of accountability when launches falter.
I previously ran marketing for Merck here in the US. I've had the great pleasure of working with the team here at Conformance X on an exciting new solution to help pharmaceutical marketers and specifically new product launch teams to be more successful with their launches in today's changing environment. I don't need to tell you that drug launches are highly intricate endeavors involving multiple tasks, teams, and resources. However, over the past 3 years since COVID-19, research from EY, Deloitte, McKinsey, and IQVIA have concluded that some 86 new drug launches underperformed by 42% compared to pre-pandemic benchmarks, costing their companies over $10 billion in lost revenues. The root causes identified include misalignment of teams, inefficiencies in planning, and inadequate resources, all contributing to a lackluster performance in the critical first 6 months. With this in mind, we embarked on a series of workshops to better identify these challenges in real time, culminating in the development of a definitive framework to construct a platform that will allow more successful new drug launches.
After 18 months of dedication and effort, we proudly present Brand LaunchX, the epitome of successful drug launch strategies. Brand LaunchX is an intelligent IT platform that maintains constant vigilance over every facet of the drug launch journey, providing you real-time insights, updates, and alerts. This cutting-edge system is further bolstered by our esteemed panel of brand launch experts. The system is structured into 3 major segments. The very first section is Planner, which is a repository of over 1,500 tasks, enabling customization, template usage, or import of other existing plans. The second segment is Launch Impact Navigator, which is an AI-powered early warning system identifying launch risks and their impact, facilitating the course correction to ensure the on-time and budget launch delivery. The final section is Recommender, which will deliver launch benchmarks based on live data, optimizing new drug launches. Brand LaunchX is a purpose-built for life sciences companies, designed in collaboration with global brand launch experts and tailored for global launch leaders.
To summarize, an industry where launch delays are common and performance in the first 6 months is critical to launch success. Brand Launch is an AI-enabled platform that optimizes new drug launches by saving time and effort with inbuilt Launch Impact Navigator. Brand LaunchX also drives collaboration and accountability by providing visibility across the launch journey. Thus, Brand LaunchX can enable a positive drug launch performance that would benefit both patients and the industry, which makes it a great investment opportunity. We are seeking to raise $2 million USD, and you could help us build a great organization. Thank you in anticipation of your support.
Fantastic. We have Team Conformance X on the call to answer your questions.
I wanted to ask a question.
Please.
How do you define a drug launch failing?
Great question, Kathy. So let me answer that. So when you plan to launch a drug, there is always a forecast of what you want to achieve year one by country as well as globally. So when you talk of launch failure, it's basically that you have not achieved the numbers, whether it's country or the global number. So you're way beyond the forecast.
Thank you. That's helpful.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other question for Abhijit or Ankitash?
Yeah, just a quick one. What's the traction so far?
So we are having 3 direct discussions with senior launch leaders in pharma companies, and we have got 2 early consulting projects with one biotech in the US, in San Diego, and one in Europe. So we're working on their new launch strategies, but mostly on competitive intelligence, helping them to kind of shape the market.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abhijit. Next is Zero Circle, which is a US-based startup creating green financing opportunities for small to mid-sized businesses. Here we go.
Hi everyone, my name is Hemant Seri, and I'm the founder of Zero Circle. We are a climate fintech startup with a mission to unlock the sustainable finance market for small and mid-sized businesses by creating a marketplace for green loans. Today, sustainability efforts for small and mid-sized businesses are significantly underfunded. There are over $60 trillion of assets under management in various forms of loans and pension funds that will have to be transformed into green assets over the next 10 or 20 years to meet some of our net zero commitments. In addition to that, there are more than 80 million businesses that do not have an easy way to access or qualify for these green financing options. Most tier 1 banks have green bond programs to finance $50 or $100 million energy transition initiatives. And there are various initiatives and startups focused on the micro businesses in developing nations to support the sustainable transition. But transformation is held back in the mid-market. For example, the independent truck driver trying to decarbonize his 10-truck fleet, or the multifamily property owner trying to reduce his energy usage. The process today is complex, expensive, and non-standard. This is where Zero Circle can help. We are launching an innovative marketplace connecting businesses and lenders to access and deploy green loans. Our AI-powered marketplace helps businesses qualify for green loans by creating a comprehensive lender-focused sustainability profile. We align and connect businesses with the relevant lenders based on the lender's impact and sustainability criteria. Once a loan has been issued by the lender, we partner with the business to monitor their ongoing sustainability milestones and covenants identified by the loan. With Zero Circle, we can help unlock new opportunities, increase financial returns, and reduce risk both for the lenders and organizations while focusing on the planet. We do this using our proprietary multi-state sustainability assessment framework that combines data, analytics, AI to automate and simplify the sustainability assessment for a mid-sized company. This will help the organization very quickly create their lender-specific impact performance scorecard to qualify for green loans on the marketplace. The platform is currently live for the SMBs, and we are planning to launch the marketplace in the next 90 days. The market opportunity for Zero Circle is significant, given the increasing pressure on companies to reduce their carbon footprint and become a more sustainable organization. As more organizations prioritize sustainability, platforms like Zero Circle will be needed to help them transition to meet their objectives. While we have not yet seen a direct competitor, we are seeing a lot of activity both in the public and private sectors that are attempting to address this problem for the mid-market. In addition to that, there are a number of organizations on the horizon, like ratings agencies and crowdfunding platforms, and even tier 1 banks that are trying to focus on green financing for the mid-market. We have had strong traction across the entire sustainability assessment lifecycle since we launched at the start of the year. We have multiple pilots underway and discussions with several financial institutions to partner with us on the launch of the marketplace. We are currently helping qualify about $16 million of green loans for a number of organizations using our sustainability framework. And our sales pipeline is extremely strong as we are seeing a lot of interest and demand for Zero Circle. Our business model is simple. We charge the financial institutions a transaction fee based on the size of the loan, and the organization an annual platform fee based on the size of the company. We're currently focused on loan sizes between $50,000 to $15 million in the logistics and the real estate sectors. We also have the right team to make this a success. With over 20 years of experience, I have developed enterprise-grade solutions focused on financial services, supply chains, and sustainability. My partners, Ambi and Doug, are entrepreneurs and have successfully scaled products to $100 million in revenue for small and mid-sized businesses during their careers. The company has been bootstrapped so far, and we are currently fundraising for $750K to fully launch the marketplace, onboard 200 organizations, and provide us with 12 months of runway. Thank you for your time today, and please reach out if you have any questions.
Fantastic. We have Hemant on the call to take your questions. Yep, Dan.
Hi, is that Tor?
Yep. Yeah. Thank you. So I see that with the with the marketplace, let's call it, you will need to have both issuers and investors. In advance of having the marketplace, how have you been able to put it together where there are companies and I guess you need investors in some way. So how has that kind of come together? And how do you plan to grow both sides of that equation so that you can kind of hit it where you need to hit it?
Correct. So right now we are basically, I am the marketplace. I'm the one connecting the business with the banks and institutions. For the last, I would say 3 to 4 months, we actually had a lot of interest on the front end, but we didn't really have the right relationship. So the last 3-6 months, we've been essentially building out our partnerships with a lot of the banking institutions. So right now we have about 25 to 30 companies we've aligned either verbally or through contracts that we'll bring them essentially a lot of these kinds of deal flow. In parallel to that, we have a agreement with a couple of software platforms that does loan processing and loan applications on behalf of the mid-tier banks. So one of the partners has actually 2,000 banks on their platform, and we're working aggressively with them to take our offering through their partnership model as well. So that's on one side of it. On the other side of it, right now we're obviously we have a couple of direct outreach through relationships and let's call friends and family that we've been able to get in the door. But now we are actively looking at doing demand generation and campaigns specifically in the New York and Florida markets, focus in the real estate sector to start with, and then start to grow that model going from that.
And one follow on to that, just so you're looking to raise 750, and I didn't. Yeah. The screen's too small. I couldn't read the breakup, but is there a portion of that is devoted towards more immediate revenue generative sales or marketing? And then
pretty much. I mean, it's mostly technology and sales is really the main thing. Marketing is the main thing that we're looking at. So technology is about 45% and marketing is about 30% of our kind of the total spend on that.
Okay,
great. Thank you so much. Dan, please go ahead.
Yeah. So in the 2x2 that you had created, you mentioned that you guys are differentiated in the operational focus as well. So what do you mean by operational focus that is differentiated from other players?
So most of the other players are either kind of, they're not doing the ratings companies. They're not doing the marketplace the way we are looking at it, right? Our objective is to be part of the bank's underwriting process. We want to be an assessment layer, not a financial layer. That's the slight difference. Many other companies are actually being a financial product. They actually have the financing. They get certified as a financial institution, and then they issue funds to various projects. So think of them as either a PE firm or a what we call funding vehicle. We are not trying to be that. We are trying to be an assessment layer so we can plug into various transactions. So that's kind of where the operational layer comes in, is where the company has to go through our process to get qualified for these loans. And then our long-term objective is for us to be part of the bank's underwriting process. So banks essentially use our process and methodology to essentially issue a green loan going forward.
Got it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Hemant. Next is Geo Alert, which offers instant analysis of any location using satellite and air imagery. And here we go.
Hi, I'm Georgie from Geo Alert. We founded Geo Alert to power the intelligent and scalable geospatial imagery analysis for many industries that are disrupted by AI technologies. We are continuously wondering what kind of questions can be answered using Earth observation data and how to implement it effectively into the real business workflows on a large scale. We are building MapFlow with this idea in mind that one can easily get answers based on recent satellite imagery and stay updated on what's going on around in urban environment, in distributed utility management, in land use land management. Our platform speeds up the whole thing 10 times and more. No code, cloud-based, no need to purchase commercial imagery, data is connected or can be uploaded by the user himself. And everyone can start building his own deep learning mapping pipelines with just a few clicks. Let's get more business specific. MapFlow API helps to empower external GIS solutions with AI capabilities. MapFlow QGIS integration generates detailed reports about vegetation near power lines to help manage and mitigate risks and provide power line stakeholders with important information. One of the most commercial cases using map flows is generation of 3D building footprints from 2D imagery, which is extremely helpful and important for telecom operators to design and plan radio frequency networks on a large scale. Mapflow is used globally. We have more than 1.5 thousand active users monthly. We have 2 large and dozens of small B2B clients. So we are looking for the development and promotion of our product in international markets, mainly in geospatial domains in India, Southeast Asia, and China. And the market of Earth observation is quite surprising. Only 2% of space demonstration applications is connected to Earth observation apps. And it's illogical in comparison to what we have in Earth observation upstream, which is 27%. How are you going to use and adopt all this data producing on the orbit if you don't know about applications and implementation of this data? That's why we think that we are at the spot of the rise of AI applications leveraging Earth observation data. So providing the platform to empower and showcase these applications is scalable and long-term strategy here. The market landscape is not very homogeneous and it's competitive because of the geospatial vendors and startup companies. We position our product as a low-cost, ready-to-use and highly performing, customizable to the industrial customers' requirements. We have this roadmap. We are working on the next version of the platform with the given research milestones as building with heights, event classification in large number of images. Our team, we've been working together for several years in Institute of Research and Technology. We moved our engineering team to Uzbekistan in 2022. We opened the new operational office in this year in the United States. Our team has joint expertise in field of software engineering and data science. We are passionate about maps and data science. Thank you for your time and consideration. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
Fantastic. Questions for Georgie? Yep, Dan, please go ahead.
Yeah, so can you share a little bit more about your go-to-market strategy? Because the dominant player is still going to be Google Maps anyhow, right? And there's a status quo effect for which the other applications don't get picked up that much. So how are you planning to dethrone them, planning to work with them, and what the GTM is at this point?
Thank you for the question. Actually, we plan the scalable model based on freemium for users to unlock the data capabilities, the AI capabilities. It's not about, static maps, it's not about consumers maps. It's about business cases and about around from 15 to 25% of our users are business users, actually. And we treat our customers this way. We care about implementation, care about customization for our platform, of empowering of their own data workflows with their capabilities. This is not what Google is about.
Thank you. Olga?
Hi, thanks. A quick question on what do you think your solution can do in cartography in emerging markets? Specific insights, maybe coverage of areas which are not covered right now, it's like any kind of detailed granular level which is needed for infrastructure, like this kind of potential applications.
Yeah, a number of applications, actually. Emerging markets are less competitive at the same time, compared to developed markets. And we are still in the research which markets to be focused in, but mainly for us, it's attraction in India. We have most of users coming from India, from Asia, and we see a lot of applications, but mostly for us, the commercial cases are related to radio frequency planning, to vegetation management within power line corridors, management of assets, the cases like this. Also, there are agricultural cases. We've been requested a lot of times about agricultural implementation, but it's much more competitive in terms of companies who do implementation of solutions. So we are looking for partnering in these domains. And some kind of solutions we do ourselves.
Thank you, Georgie. Appreciate that. And if you have more questions, please use the chat section. Next is Kernel, which is a US-India-based startup offering intuitive financial management tools for SMBs in South Asia. And here we go.
India is destined to be the third superpower in less than 5 years. But it needs to solve a pesky problem: access to finance for almost all of their micro businesses. Lenders have two problems in doing this. It's hard to reach those customers in the rural areas. But most importantly, they lack the data with which they can make decisions. But everything is changing in India. India is one of the youngest population with almost 1 billion internet users, and 50% of all the digital payments in the world is happening in India. But most importantly, Prime Minister Modi has enacted a tax reform called GST, which is going to affect directly or indirectly all 75 million businesses in India. By 2025, everybody will have to digitize or go bust. For that reason, we created a simple yet very powerful tool that helps mobile-first, low financial literacy customers comply with the regulation and digitize fully. That, on the other hand, allows us to capture one of the most comprehensive proprietary data sets on our users. That data we're able to monetize in two ways. In step number one, we act like a loan marketplace, loan origination system. We connect businesses to financial institutions, and we make up to 4%, depending on the product and the ticket size, on every successful loan. But in the second phase, as we generate a lot of data, we want to sell this data as a scoring for financial institutions. We already have 3 partnerships in India with loan marketplaces, and we are able to solicit 83 loans as a small-scale experiment. And as we've been spending most of our times in India for the past 2 years, we believe that we perfectly go-to-market strategy. It consists of 2 pillars: direct-to-customer and strategic partnerships. Strategic partnerships is more like an enterprise sales, which has a huge sales cycle. Already we have one of the biggest MSME associations in India, and we have 2 significant companies in the late stages of the negotiation. As for our direct-to-customer, we have already achieved sub $5 active user acquisition cost, and lead to conversion for the micro businesses as a users is above 10% already, which we believe we can improve even more as the regulation hits the market from 1st of January on our customer base. And this problem is not unique to India. All of the global South countries have access to finance problem, and we are ready to enter any one of them. We're just waiting a perfect timing, either tax reform or some kind of big incentive that will allow us to enter that market. And the team is perfectly suited to capture this problem. I've digitized all of the loans in the biggest bank in Georgia. Becca, as a financial manager, has helped hundreds of businesses around the world to digitize and comply with the regulations. And we also have Indian person as a chief business officer who led the Western Union in India, Maldives, and Sri Lanka. Currently, we're raising $500,000 at a $6 million post-money valuation as a safe notes to achieve 2 important milestones: LTV to CAC ratio 5:1, and to hit $40,000 monthly revenue. If you want to join this revolution and help micro businesses and developing countries achieve their destiny, come talk to us. My name is Georgi Tukhashvili. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Kernel. Thank you.
Hey, questions for Georgie? Anybody?
Yeah, I do. Excellent.
Please, yeah, go ahead.
Could you maybe tell us a bit more about your direct competition? This vertical in India is extremely saturated for small businesses, for solo entrepreneurs, for influencers, and for larger businesses. So who are your direct immediate competitors, including in startups in Asia? Thanks.
Thank you, Olga. Our direct competitors, I would say Vyapar, MyBillBook, and Khatabook. Those are the three biggest competitors. I mean, there are a lot of others, smaller ones. But the biggest differentiation between us and them is that they raised money when it was free, and now at crazy valuations, and now they have a huge pressure on revenue generation. And the way they're doing it, they're directly charging for the SaaS tool, and every year they have to increase the prices. For that reason, Vyapar is one of the oldest one on the market, and they have less than almost 300,000 paid customers. Our model allows us to scale almost infinitely faster and grab way more bigger market share, which we are able to monetize a bit differently. And the good thing is that as we are starting relatively now, if we just retain our customers, just because the access to finance increases for our customer base, our revenue is going to grow just because we have the same customer. So that's our biggest differentiator from our direct competitors, but obviously we have also indirect competitors as well.
Thank you, Georgie. Tor, did you have a question?
I do. So first off, I see the partnership with Namaste, which I think is a good thing. I suppose I would start with, I believe that a lot of this is the genesis of it is this tax compliance issue in India. And so I'm guessing that's a good way to acquire customers. But I believe that part of that requires you to do certain checks to make sure that, like it's a KYC that needs to happen. And I was just wondering, what steps you do, or whether it's really something that you've been able to, bolt on from an outsource, or how you perform that function. Because I think that's probably driving the granular customer base, unless the partnerships also is accretive to that.
Great question. Spot on capturing why and the timing and all those kind of things. And to answer your question, we have integration with government portals to GST go in. And in order for anyone to, because we have the integration with them, so they can report taxes and all those kind of things. And the way we do the KYC is actually extremely simple. The way that government supports this, they have to go to their governmental portal, log in with their username and password. They have to create sub-user for the services. And they have to enter that username and password, service username and password in our system. And that can be only done with authorized person who enters the OTP and all those kind of things. So we are kind of indirectly doing the validation. Whatever the government is saying, we're just following that thing. So it does not fall on us directly to do KYC, as government is doing that for us.
Okay, great. And follow-on question would be, I guess, how much of the potential, borrowing base for the lending business is granularly originated through this part of the business, and how much of it is, coming in through partnerships with some of the partners I see, which potentially might be able to, provide that.
Cool. So right now, all of the loans that we plan to originate or help solicit, we're just to make this clear, we're not doing loans from our own balance sheet. So cost of risk, cost of collection is not on us. We're just partnering and connecting people now. It's phase one. And all of those things we're just doing with the partnership in the initial phases, because we want to concentrate on acquiring as much market share as we believe that the balance of power is going to shift from financial institutions over to MSMEs as they acquire some kind of financial history. And whoever controls the attention and relationship with them is going to be driving the negotiations with financial institutions. So we're not concentrating on that in this phase one. And then after the regulation has subsided, or we grabbed enough market share, or we have enough resources, then we're going to try to develop our own relationship with NBFC financial institutions directly.
And one more question, which is, so currently the geography is entirely India. Do you have additional aspirations geographically, or is this or is the market in EMEA satisfying for your journey?
I mean, it's hard to say no. It's not satisfying for us because it's going to be the third biggest economy. So I'll sound like an asshole if I do. It definitely is satisfying, but let me answer it a bit differently. So we built this solution as we saw that every developing country has this kind of problem. Every developing country has this kind of problem. So we have a country engine, but because at the end of the day, tax invoice is the same thing any country you go, right? So I sell, you buy this thing for this amount, this is a tax. And we actually have three kind of different solutions for different countries. We have one for Georgia, a small country called Georgia, where I come from. And another we have for Philippines, where we have like almost 30,000 users. And we're waiting for any regulation to hit or any big partner to take us in any specific country where we know that we don't believe that we can make a huge change by ourselves. So if there is any incentive, we're ready. And if we have done the research and analysis of what the regulation exactly is, what the tax amounts are, and we know what needs to be localized, we can enter any market in a month.
Excellent.
Thanks a lot, Tor and Georgie. Now I would request the jury to share their thoughts on probably one or two startups that stood out for them. So probably you talk about two startups that really stood out for you. So I see Tor on my screen. So Tor, may I start with you? What are the two startups that you would like to mention today? Please.
Sure, and it's a little bit difficult because we didn't really talk a whole lot about revenue in this call, and that's really what we focus on. But I would probably say, well, so without a doubt, I guess there's probably three of them, but I think Kernel for sure is interesting to us. Geography may be a little bit challenging for us. I think Zero Circle is potentially very interesting to us. And then I was going to say, for different reasons, Boatmate also. But again, without a discussion on revenue and kind of uses of capital, our interest in actually participating, is still unknown.
Fantastic. And Tor is saying that because his organization provides revenue financing. So that's the perspective, that's the angle that he has behind these three companies. Okay, who wants to go next? Catherine?
Certainly. So
yeah, go ahead, Catherine. Go ahead.
Okay, I just quickly. So I actually am interested in four of the companies. I do want to just, let people know, don't think of me one-dimensionally as just TEDCO, because I do personally invest also, and I'm involved with three other funds as a board member, and these are globally located. So they all have very different strategies. But I'm interested, Kernel, Zero Circle, Sorting Robots, Pentap, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and Singular. Although
awesome.
I do like modular for luxury premium e-commerce. It's not really my area, but I think that's interesting. Anyway.
Okay, thanks a lot, Catherine, for your feedback. Really appreciate that. Dan?
Sure. Of course, like Modular CX is already working with us. You have done a wonderful thing to pick them up. And I think that's a very interesting startup to invest in. And the other company that I really liked was Zero Circle, because we are an SMB focused B2B firm. We are trying to find more amazing companies who operate in that space. And I think Zero Circle is really interesting from that perspective.
Okay, fantastic, Dan. Appreciate the feedback. Let's see who wants to go next. Olga, are you there?
Yeah. Hey.
Please.
I think two most interesting companies for me were Singular and Sorting Robotics from multiple perspectives. I am rather curious to talk to Geo Alert team as well from a different angle, because we are researching cartography and geography research in emerging markets.
Sure.
Like there are multiple problems in there which are definitely not covered by Google or anybody else for that matter. That's it for me.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Olga. Appreciate your feedback.
Thank you.
Spencer?
Sure. So I think sorting robotics is pretty interesting. I think that's an underserved space. I know for me, kind of straddling our US and Asia teams, the Asia team won't touch anything like that, whereas the US team is more than happy to do so. So I'm looking forward to kind of digging into that a little more. For geo alerts, I'd have to do much bigger deep dive into tech, but we have a few investments in the satellite space. So it'll be an interesting tie-in there. And then for Kernel, we have a company that's based in the Philippines that was also doing some financing in India. Not a competitor in any ways, but some interesting, maybe possible synergies there. So yeah, thanks.
Okay, thanks a lot, Spencer. Let's see who else. Ravi. Okay, I think Ravi is not able to share his feedback now. But any other feedback? Yeah, Ravi, go ahead, please.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was on mute. No, it was very interesting because I'm looking at different programs and everybody doing different stuff. But I'm more interested in the small business side of it. I see some opportunities. Especially the gentleman was showing about India, and they are planning to partner with other countries like Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and all these places. So I think I'll be very, very interested in the Sri Lankan side of it, to see some partnership can be done. So this is something I was looking into it also a long time ago, but we never did it. But I think it'll be good too. So
okay, so I think I would request Kernel team to connect with you. Okay, and this is end of the event, right? But this is not really the end. We want to make sure that we are able to connect with each other offline after this session. We are able to figure out the synergies, the collaboration opportunities, how we can work with each other and support each other, right? And again, we need to thank jury members, we need to thank startup founders and the audience for their time today. Obviously, it is very difficult for the founders to concise everything within 4 minutes of video pitch and answer all the questions within 1 or 2 minutes. So really thanks a lot to the founders for doing a great job with their presentations, and thanks to the jury members for your presence today and for sharing your feedback on the startups, your insights on the startups. Any help that comes from your side is going to be extremely appreciated. Again, thanks everybody for joining in today, and apologies for bad throat, and we'll reconnect soon. Take care, stay safe. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Good night.
Lovely.
Take care, stay safe. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, bye.